Must say, I've been very impressed with Lamp's dump and swing discipline every single time. Oh, what a shot to the end zone. Lenka reels it in on the near corner. They go up 8-1.
You can see how much this team is absolutely psyched to be playing. They're really they're treasuring the disc, but they're not really wasting time with it either. It's a good combination of the two. So they're trying to move as quickly as possible, but really loving the time that they have with the disc. And it looks like they believe it's halftime now. But really, if both teams kind of agree with it, then there doesn't seem to be much harm. But as long as they know that the game ends at 13 points, then I think that is the more important factor.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there'll be a big loud horn that'll let them know. Whether or not they know the cap rule remains to be seen. Welcome back, everybody, to ULTI.TV's coverage of Not University Mixed Nationals 2021 in collaboration with Hive Ultimate. And I'm pleased to say we are actually live on the internet. Incredible work from everyone involved in making this happen. My name's Luke Burgess. I'm joined by Gigi Morrison. And Gigi, talk us through what happened in that first half.
So the first couple of points were, as expected, just the teams warming up into it. It's the first tournament in the UK, at least, coming back to standard Frisbee play, so not following any sort of strict COVID regulations and teams actually being able to play against each other properly. But since then, Lamp have been really charging forward. They found the groove, and it's been fantastic to watch. And that's not to say that UWE haven't been putting on a show as well. We've seen some beautiful defensive plays, some wonderful shots as well, and this is sure to be an exciting second half.
Absolutely. UWE have shown some potential, but just not quite able to get that last throw into the end zone to get the points on the board. As Lamp come down with some zone offense for the belated start of the second half. Games are to 13, but they took half at 8 for some reason, but that's okay. As UWE move the disc around the back of this zone. Just taking the options as and when they become available. We'll see if Lamp can put some pressure on, and there's the pressure. So it didn't look like there's any contact, but there is a bit of a discussion.
Unsure what the UWE player is calling. I believe it would be a foul of some sort, and it's quite difficult to see from this angle, so maybe there was some contact, but again, this is just the players having their own discussions. By the looks of it, Lamp zone was very similar to the one that we saw from UWE earlier, which is standardly called an FSU, where you got 3 players at the front marking off the handlers, a hat person in the middle kind of blocking anything that tries to get in the way, 2 wings and a deep. I won't tell you what FSU stands for, that's not stream worthy.
So we are back underway. As that foul call was contested, the disc goes back. And UWE get another opportunity to try and work it through the zone. But disc trapped on the sideline now, and that's a really good pat shot through the middle. Did well to find the gap. This is the first time that UWE's really looked comfortable so far against this Lamp defense. Their one-to-one match defense was so suffocating. But UWE are looking very comfortable against this zone. But Lamp just biding their time, waiting for an opportunity. And this might be it. An absolutely classic mixed ultimate zone play. Baiting that deep shot as Lamp reel it in. But Lamp do have to start on this front near corner. Difficult position to pick up from. As the handlers call the stack closer. Oh, that's so close. Lenko almost got a hand to that, but the throw had to be high to get around the poach in the open side lane. As UWE get the disc moving nice and quickly. There's the deep shot to the end zone, but the deepest player, perhaps hiding behind a few players in the stack, manages to get the block. Nice down the line pass. Infield now. Has a receiver in the end zone. Goes high. And what happened there? Got a hand to it, but they just couldn't quite reel it in.
I'm on the edge of my seat. That was just so much back and forth of such gripping play. You saw the disc just spinning out of Chloe's hands. Oh, this is becoming really exciting, but both teams appear to be a little bit tired. Taking their time, just setting up on the offense again.
Yeah, there's no rush from UWE to bring this disc back to the line. As neither of the cuts from the stack were available. Handler goes up the line. So they seem content to just work it down this far sideline. There's the deep shot, but just a bit too much roll curve. And the disc drops harmlessly into the middle of the pitch. Lamp now with another opportunity. Oh, it's an unfortunate drop, just hitting the chest and bouncing out of their hands. UWE now with possession. Nice blade to the far side. Not a huge amount of movement downfield from UWE, but they find a reset option. There's the forehand to the end zone, but the defender was always there. And UWE now have to play defense once again. Deep option, straight away. And what a throw. And the absolute classic end zone timeout. What do you think of that call, Gigi?
I was kind of anticipating it, but it's not a bad call. You've just absolutely sprinted deep off of a huck, caught it, and you've got nobody else to help receive after you. You're either going to run down the stall count or you're going to call a timeout. And I think a timeout was a good call, especially after the amount of turnovers that we've had. Both teams doing really well, just trying to work it up as much as possible. But if I could say one thing, is just a little bit of patience from both sides. Maybe something that we saw that was really good from Lamp earlier on, especially against a zone, was just looking for the dump and swing option as much as possible. Both teams seem to have slipped away from that a little bit, and it is being, you can see it's costing a lot more, especially when they've got an upline cut and then they just look deep and it's defended immediately.
Yeah, UWE in particular were very much rushing as they got to the end zone, putting the disc basically straight at defenders rather than out into space. Lamp may be a little bit unfortunate to have not scored this point already, as they had a really good opportunity a few possessions ago. It wasn't quite reeled in. A reminder, if you are enjoying today's coverage and want to help support the stream, do subscribe to Hive Ultimate on YouTube, as well as ULTI.TV. There'll be plenty more coverage coming this weekend and for the rest of the season. And if you want to financially support the broadcast, check out ULTI.TV on Patreon. There's also a Hive Ultimate Patreon if you feel so inclined. Every bit of support is greatly appreciated as we try and bring as much Ultimate as possible to you. And a quick ISO at the front of the end zone. That's some pretty classic end zone play right there. Love to see it.
Yeah, Lamp just not wanting to waste any time. It is nearing towards the end of the game, so we've only got a couple of minutes until the Hooter is going to go off, and then it's after the Hooter, it's finished the possession, and then the game is over. Yeah, as Luke mentioned, we've got some action coming up for the rest of the season. So next weekend, all things still permitting, everything could get absolutely ruined, but hopefully not. We've got UKU Nationals. And that's going to be very exciting. That's coming up in Nottingham. That's also going to be streamed through ULTI.TV. So please do support ULTI.TV and Hive Ulti as much as you can. Subscribing is completely free. If you wanted to get into contact with us, feel free to chat with us on YouTube or even through Instagram. ULTI.TV has an Instagram. Hive has an Instagram. I have an Instagram, GG_17. Luke, do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, but I don't really use it. Yeah, just tweet it like Hive Ultimate or Hive Ultimate on Facebook as well. I'll see the messages. Or on Instagram as well. I have access to all 3 Hive accounts, don't worry. Or you can talk to me in the YouTube chat. Hive Ultimate on YouTube. High pull. Hasn't gone very far, though. In fact, it ended up behind the end zone line. But it went out the side, so could have been worse. But that is the current record holder for worst pull of the day. There are no prizes for worst pull. Or not yet, anyway. Maybe we'll ask Noah. See if he can sort something out. And that was a pretty filthy IO break, but no one was on the end of it. And Lamp just rushing their offense a little bit. Oh, that was so close. That would have been sensational. The double quick turnover into almost layout grab in the end zone. That forehand just a little bit too high. Couldn't quite reach up and reel it in. And UWE once again, just throwing the disc at defenders in the end zone, not out into the space that they need to. And we finished that possession. Possession is finished. That should be the end of the game. Some discussion about whether or not this is the last possession. I mean, the hooter went while the disc was in the air, so probably should have ended, but we love to see it anyway. And that is that. UWE not able to convert that last possession, and Lamp win 9-1.
Definitely a really good game to start off this weekend. Not the most desirable conditions. The rain has definitely gotten a lot heavier, but this is a good way for the teams to warm up for the rest of today at least. Stick around for the rest of today. We've got a lot of games coming up. I'm just going to check our schedule to see what our next game is.
Yep, coming out next, we've got Jesters versus York 1, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.
ULTI.TV.